So, good morning, everyone, and welcome to this lecture. Motion under gravity is what we are dealing with. Do we understand what type of problems we were doing? We were doing problems in where we were trying to understand how we can use the equation that we had seen for body when it is thrown up. Do you remember this? Yes or no? No or yes? Do we remember these equations that we have gone through? And I had also told you one more important thing. And let us, okay, before going on to that thing, let me just give you a question so that if anyone is feeling sleepy, he may or she may just wake up. Yes, beta. Yes, bacha. Saying something? Yes, beta. Can't hear you. Can you just type, please? Your voice breaks in between. I can't hear you. So I hope that everything is fine in this universe. And we start with this question straight away. Question number 1 for today, so that you wake up. This question came in many PMTs, many NEETs, and so on. G is not given, so it should be taken as 9.8 meter per second square. I await your answers patiently. So a ball is thrown up with a speed of 19.6 meter per second square. What is the maximum height it can reach? Let's see if I can get an answer. Okay, my dear friends, do we have anything that looks like an answer? And again, this is just checking whether you have read before coming to the class or not. How many students have read what we had done in the previous class? Only one girl I see. Shame. Shame on others. No, all the girls are there. Boys, I can't see, so I hope that you have gone through what we had done. Are you trying the sheet that I sent you? Yes or no? Are you able to do the questions on the sheet? Even if you are able to do 40% of the questions, that is 4 out of 10, you are doing okay. So the what I say, the criteria is very simple. If you can do above 80% of the questions, so out of 10, if you are able to do 8 questions correctly, you are doing excellently well. If you are doing above 6, you are very good. From 4 to 6, you are good. Below 6, you are below 4, you are not so good. Below 2, you need to improve. So that is how you rate yourself. Yes. Do I have an answer for this?
Option B, sir.
Option B, 19.6. Everyone got the same answer. Option B is correct. So this was a pretty straightforward question that we had. We had to find out the maximum height. So how do we find out the maximum height? You can straight away put the formula u square by 2g. U square is 19.6 multiplied by 19.6 divided by 2 into 9.8. 2 into 9.8 is 19.6. So your answer is straight away 19.6. Everyone got this? Yes or no? Okay. Now, having done this question, there is a small thing that I want you to understand. And I hope that with understanding this, you would be able to understand that it is not difficult to remember these formulas. Now, as you can see, this was our case number 1 and this was our case number 2. I thought I told you yesterday also, but again, I am going to repeat it. Case number 1 and case number 2. Now, look at both the cases. I told you that both the cases are similar, and now just to compare them, I put them side by side so that you can see with your own eyes that both the cases are similar. Similar in the sense, if I look at the highest point in both the cases, the velocity at the highest point is 0. The only difference is in case number 1, we call it the final velocity. Sorry, in case number 1, we call it the initial velocity. In case number 2, we call it the final velocity. Yes or no? But both are same. Now look at this one. Look at this one. In case number 1, the initial velocity is the velocity with which you throw it up. That is u. In case number 2, sorry, in case number 1, that is the final velocity with which it is falling. In case number 2, it is the initial velocity with which it is thrown up. The only difference is both the values are same. In this case, it is coming down. In this case, it is thrown up. Both the values are same. One is thrown up, the other one is coming down. Do we understand this? Look at the maximum height. In this case, in this case, in this case, in this case, they are all the same. Same thing. Look at the time. Time is root over 2h by g. Time is root over 2h by g. Same thing. There is a slight difference here. Here we are writing it as v by g. Here is writing u by g. But again, v or u, we are always using the velocity at the lowest point. Yes or no? Do we understand this? So both these cases are carbon copies of each other. There is one difference though. In this case, the body just moves down. But in this case, the body first moves up, then it comes down. Do we understand this? So there are two motions involved in case number B or 2. First, it goes up. The second, it comes down. Do we understand this? So in this case, I simply call this time taken to go down. In this case, I call this time as time taken to go up. Do we understand this? Now, time taken to go up. Now, when it reaches up, in case number 2, it has to come down. Yes or no? Now, once it comes down, its initial velocity is 0, which is the same as this case. And its final velocity would be the same velocity but going downwards. So while it is coming down, this motion becomes exactly the same motion as motion number 1. While going up, it was similar because u was v and v was u. But while coming down, it is exactly similar to the motion which was motion number 1. Do we understand this? That means whatever time it takes to go up, the same time it will take to come down. Yes or no? No or yes? And that will be equal to u by g. Here, there is only time taken to come down. I hope you understand the difference between the two. It cannot go up unless and until it rebounds. That's a different question altogether. If I talk about the total time it takes up, down, up, down, the total time will be 2 times u by g. It will be twice of the time. Do we understand this, or this has gone above our head saying bye, bye, bye? So basically what I wanted to tell you was first motion and second motion. In first motion, the body is going down. In second motion, the body is first coming up. These motions are exactly similar in the sense that u is v and v is u. Yes or no? Velocity at the lowest point is both same. In first case, the velocity is downwards. In second case, the velocity is upwards. Do we understand this? Once it reaches the highest point, it cannot hang there. It has to come down. While it is coming down, this motion and this motion, they are exactly same. Is it getting too confusing? You understand this, everyone? If you want, you can note this down. We will move on to the next problem once you do it. Both the cases are exactly similar. If you remember one, so you don't have to remember 10 different formulae or 4 different formulae or 6 different formulae. You only have to remember half. Because if you remember it for one case, you remember it for the second case. Shall we move ahead? Okay. Here is the next question. I will call it question number 2. It comes on your screen now. A man throws a ball vertically upwards and it rises through 20 meters and returns to his hands. What was the initial velocity u of the ball and how much time the ball remains in air? That is the total time. Sometimes we also call it time of flight. Time it remains in air. Time of flight. It is flying. Time of flight. I'll give you 2 minutes to answer this.
Option C, sir.
Option C, sir. I have an answer for this question. This question number was 97 in the sheet. And what answer you're getting?
C, sir. Or D.
Be
Or D.
confident. It remains in air, my dear friends. Please remember that it remains in air. It remains in air. It remains in air. Let us solve it. I hope all of you can see me. Yes or no? No, yes.
Yes, sir.
So we have to find it rises through 20 meters. So what is this 20 meters? This is the maximum height. Yes or no? No, yes. So h is u square by 2g. From here, you can write u square is 2gh. From here, you can find the value of u. And I think the value of u you are getting is 20 meter per second. Yes or no? Then once you get the value of u, it is easy to find the value of time. It is u by g. From this u by g, you are getting time as 2 seconds. Yes or no? Yes or no? So the correct answer is option C. That is correct. Yes or no? Do you understand this? How many of you got this answer? 2 seconds and 20 meters. Everyone got this answer. Well done, my dear friends. Very well done. Now have a look at this. And tell me, what is the correct answer? And the correct answer is this is absolutely wrong and this is absolutely correct because 2 seconds, my dear friend, is the time either to go up or to come down. They have asked the time it remains in air. They are asking you the total time and the answer for total time is 2 multiplied by 2, that is 4 seconds, my dear friends. Do we understand this or this has gone above our head saying bye-bye, I'm gone? So you realize what mistake you were doing? Remember this. That is the reason why this question was given. Do not get overexcited. Always see what is asked in the question and then only you give your answers. Do we understand this? Yes or no? So please note this down, note this point, note this question. If you make mistake, if you make silly mistakes in any question, please note them down so that you remember those questions so that whenever you feel like you can come back and see what mistakes you had made in that question. Okay? You got this? Can I give you the next question? Okay. The next question goes like this. There's a slight correction in the question, so I'll make that correction. I've forgotten again which was the question number, so I'll call it question number 4. And here comes the question, and the question is very simple. A particle when thrown up, it's not given up. A particle when thrown up moves such that it passes the same height. It passes the same height at 2 and 10 seconds. They've asked you the height, but I will first ask you the maximum height of the particle. What is the maximum height the particle reaches? And then I will ask you the second question. Find out the maximum height that the particle reaches. Give you 2 minutes to solve this. Mm. Is anyone speaking? Abhishek, you are wanting to say something?
No, sir.
Okay, sir.
Option B, sir.
Option B. How did you get it? Can you tell me how did you get it? I'm more concerned as to how you got it rather than your answer. Tell me how you got it. Tell me how you got this answer, beta. 2G. I mean, option B, 12G. How did you get it? Yes, bacha. Remember, we can't get an answer by guessing. So there must be some reason, some logic. I want to understand that logic. That logic may be correct. The logic may be correct. I'm more concerned about the logic, bacha, rather than your answer. Because I know if your logic is correct, you will end up with the same answer, correct answer. The only thing is, if your logic is correct and your answer is wrong, that means you must have done some calculation mistake. These calculation mistakes can be very easily corrected. I'm not worried about it. Shall I do it? You want me to do it or you want to try it again? Shall I do it? You have given up? All of you have given up? Okay. Do you understand the meaning of the question? The question says that it passes the same height at 2 and 10 seconds. It passes the same height. How it passes the same height? Can anyone make me understand this? If you can make me understand this, probably the question is solved. How it passes the same height? Let me take an example. Let me throw a ball from point A upwards. And let us assume that it takes 2 seconds to go up. So I assume that there is some point C somewhere in between, not exactly in between. This ball will be at 1 second at some point. Let us say the velocity is v1 and it will be moving upwards. Do we understand this? When it reaches the topmost point, the velocity becomes 0. Yes or no? Do you understand up till here? Once it is going up, then it starts to come down. So now I consider the downward motion at 2 seconds. It is here. Where do you think the particle is at 3 seconds? At 3 seconds, the particle would be exactly at the same position, moving with exactly the same speed, but it will be coming downwards. If I start the motion at 0 seconds, at 0 seconds, the particle was here, thrown with some initial velocity u. After 1 more seconds, that is 4 seconds, the particle will again land up with the same velocity, same speed u, but in the downward direction. As I told you, the upward movement and the downward movement are copies of each other. Yes or no? You can see they are copies of each other. The upward motion and downward motion are copies of each other. Do we understand this? At any point, if I add these two, you will get the total time. 0 plus 4, 4 seconds. 1 plus 3, 4 seconds. 2 plus 2, 4 seconds. Are you getting my point, or it is going above or saying bye bye, bye bye? Don't worry, I'm gone. You understand this? Let us take another case. I throw it with velocity u. Here the time is 0. At 1 second it is here. At 2 seconds it is here. At 3 seconds it is here. At this point velocity is 0. At 1 second velocity upwards. At 2 seconds velocity is v2 upwards. At 3 seconds it is at rest, highest point. Now it starts its downward journey. At 3 seconds it is here, velocity is 0. Where will the point be? Where will the ball be, object be? At 4 seconds. Where will the object be at 4 seconds? It will be at this point, moving downwards with the same velocity. At 5 seconds, it will be here, moving downwards with the same velocity. At 6 seconds, it will land down with the same speed in the downward direction. If you add these two, you will get the total time of flight. Do we understand this? Upward and downward motion are copies of each other. Can I have raised hand that we understand this, or this has gone above our head saying bye bye? Bye bye, bye bye, I'm going. Gone above our heads? Please let me know. Do we understand this? Yes or no? Let us take one more example to make more sense. Let us take it for 4 seconds. A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 second it is here, 2 second it is here, 3 second it is here, 4 second it is here. Downward journey, 4 second it is here, 5 seconds.
At point E, sir.
Okay. At 6 it is here, at 7 it is here, and at 8 it again lands downwards. If I add these two, I will end up with 8. Now, can you solve the problem? A particle thrown up moves such that it passes the same height at 2 and 10 seconds. What is the maximum height it attains? Can you now solve it? So how will it be? A, B, 1 second. Sorry, C, 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, and 6 seconds. 1 second it is here, 2 it is here, 3 it is here, 4 it is here, 5 it is here, 6 it is here, 6 it is here, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You add any two. Yes, can you now solve it? Total time it will take is 10 plus 2, that is 12 seconds. So time taken to go up, my dear friends, will be 12 divided by 2, that is 6 seconds. This time can be written as root over 2h by g. So root over 2h by g is 6. If I square it, 2h by g will be 36. So my h would be 18g. That is the answer that we were looking at. Do we understand how I've done this? Yes or no? Okay, please note it down. I'll give you 2 minutes to do it.
Completed, sir.
Okay, you have done this. I hope you have understood this. And I hope that you would be able to solve any question that comes on this. I'll give you one more question on this, and then we will move ahead. This one, because this has come in your NEET many times, so I will give you this question. And I'll give you 2 minutes to solve, and I really want all of you to solve this. Remember, I always keep on telling you, if you solve any one of the question, that means the previous everything you have solved. So I hope that you can solve this one and stay happy. So this question comes, I will call it question number 4, and here it comes on your screen now. This is a very popular question. It's come many times, so to solve it. A particle is thrown vertically upwards. Its velocity at half the maximum height is 10 meter per second. What is the maximum height it attains? I'll give you 2 minutes to solve this. Yes, my dear friends, any idea how you are going to do this? Shall I do it? So how are we supposed to do this, bacha? I'll first make a very small diagram so that I understand what is given and what is asked. So a ball is thrown vertically upwards, a particle is thrown vertically upwards with some initial velocity. I don't know how much is that. It will reach some maximum height. That is the maximum height I need to find out. It's not given. But if I know the value of u, I can find out h by u square by 2g. Yes or no? Or I can write u square if I require as 2gh. Now I don't know u, that's why I don't know g. Let us try, that's why I don't know h. Let us try to find out u or h. How I'm going to do this? Something must be given in the question. What is given? When it reaches half of the maximum height, the velocity is, so when it is half of the maximum height, that is h by 2, the velocity is upwards. It could be also downwards, but we'll take it upwards. The velocity is 10 meter per second upwards. Yes or no? That is given. So I'm now making the equation from point A to C. Remember, if you don't do this question or questions by your own, you are just looking at the whiteboard and copying from there, you will not be able to do any question on your own. So please try. That is my sincere request. So when I apply the formula v square is equal to u square plus 2 times a into the displacement. The value of v square is 10 square. The value of u square, I have to find out h. So let us put, in place of u square, let us straight away put 2gh. Do we understand this? So I put 2gh. Remember, the value of g is taken as 10 plus 2 times, what is the acceleration? It is equal to minus 10. Yes or no? Into the displacement. Displacement is h by 2. Here in place of g, you can put 10. Remember, you will not put minus 10 here because this is from the formula, so g has to be put as 10. Do we understand this? Solving this equation, you should get the value of h. Can you tell me what is the value of h that you are getting? Give you 1 minute to do this. Did you get the value of h, my dear friends? The value of h that you will get would be 10 meters. So that is the answer. Anyone got this? Well done. Why are you not confident of telling me that this is the answer? Be confident. Whatever it is, whatever answer you get, you must tell. Doesn't matter what the answer is. Okay. So please note it down. And now we can move on. Have you noted it down, everyone? We move on to case number 3. And case number 3 is when the body is thrown up. We have already done this. Body thrown up from a height. So that means this case is a combination of what? This case is a combination of what? Combination of what? Combination of what? Combination of case 1 and case 2. I will now go up a tower of height h, and then I will throw it up from that tower. So what will happen here? How does the motion look like? How does the body move? How does it go? I throw it up from a tower. How does it move? It will first go up till certain point C. At this certain point C, the velocity will become 0, yes or no? Let me call this as h1. Let me call the time as t1. Can you tell me the value of h1 and t1? If you cut this motion from here, it is the same motion as a body thrown up. So I can write h1 as maximum height u square by 2g. Yes or no? It is just the motion of body thrown up from ground. And I can write t1 as u by g. Do we understand this? Yes or no? Yes or no? Now, this body is going to fall on ground with a velocity v. This body is going to fall on ground with a velocity v. Now, how do you find out this velocity v? You can make equation from A, sorry, not from A, from B to A. Straight away, you can make the equation from B to A. The first equation that you will make will be V is equal to U plus AT. Yes or no? Here your U will be your U. Will it be positive U or negative U?
Positive, sir.
Plus or minus?
Plus.
What about A? How much is A?
Minus G.
Wow, good. Well done. Minus G. And what is this time that I'm talking about? This time is the total time. It will go up, then it will come down. So this T is the total time. Do we understand this, my dear friends?
Yes, sir.
Well done. Now you can make the second equation if you want. Second equation is displacement is ut plus half at square. This u is this u. What about this u? This u is also this u. Yes or no? This t is also this t. What about your acceleration? This acceleration is also minus g. Yes or no? And this t is also your this t. What about this displacement? How much is the displacement? Remember, the body is going from B to A. What is the displacement? The displacement will be equal to h with a negative sign. Why h with a negative sign? Because the body is moving from up to down. Okay. We can write the third equation, which will help you in finding the value of this V. This V is nothing but this V. This V is nothing but this V. V square is equal to U square. This U is this U. This U is this U, and this U is this U. U square plus 2 times 2 is 2. A into delta R. This A is your this, yes or no? And this delta R is your this delta R is your this minus H. Do we understand this? So using these equations with proper sign, being careful, you should be able to find out whatever is asked. Yes or no, no or yes. Please note it down, and I will give you a question then to solve. Noted it down? Well done, so quick. I like it. Comes the next one. Let's see who does this. This is a question from an engineering exam. JEE Mains sort of thing. But I think you can do this. Stone is shot straight up with a velocity of 20 meters per second from a tower 200 meters high. The speed with which it strikes the ground is approximately, you can take G, our friend G, acceleration due to gravity G, as 10 meter per second square, and tell me the answer for this one straight away. With what velocity? They're not asking the velocity, they are asking the speed, so they're asking you the magnitude of velocity, so you don't have to say the answer in minus. It will be going downwards, but you don't have to say minus because this is velocity, this is speed and not velocity. And I await your answers, my dear friends. What is the answer for this? Do I get an answer or not? I wait patiently for your answers. Right or not, doesn't matter. Waiting. 1 second. 1 second is over. As soon as you said 1 second, it was over. 1 minute would be better. Yes, what will happen now? What will happen now? What will happen?
65, sir. Option B.
65, that is absolutely correct, and absolutely quickly and absolutely confidently. Wow, that is good, bacha. Well done. See, whatever you get, answers don't matter, beta. As long as you are confident that you have done it. The only thing that I only want is that you try the question. That's it. And trust me, if you try, you are going to succeed because you know how to do it. There is nothing that you don't know. Nothing that I have not told you about. Nothing that I have kept secret from you. You must be confident that whatever you are doing is correct. And now, which equation we should apply here to straight away get the answer?
V square equals to 2U square plus 2GH.
Yes, we can apply this third equation that I had shown to you with proper sign convention. If we apply this equation with proper sign convention, the answer comes straight away. So I'll apply this equation with proper sign convention. Remember, answer, solution. So I'll apply v square is equal to u square plus 2 times a into my displacement. I don't know value of v. U is 20 in the upward direction. So I
minus
can
20. No. Plus 20, sir.
plus 20, it is in the upward direction, plus 20 square. Even if you say minus 20, it does not make a difference, but it makes a difference in your understanding. Plus 2 times, how much is the acceleration? Minus 10.
Minus 10.
How much is the displacement? Is coming from up to down. So it is minus 200. Do we understand this?
Yes, sir.
So you can just calculate this. From there, you will get v as under root of something, and I think it is coming as under root something, which is coming as 65. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
With this, we come to an end for this happening class. I hope everyone has understood this. We just go through some of the questions. As I told you, if you can even do 6 questions out of 10, you are doing very good. And I can assure you that the more the number of questions that you do, the more are there chances that the same question will come, and more are the chances that you will be able to do this. On that note, I will wind off this class. Hoping to see you tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
We'll do 1 or 2 more questions on this, and then we'll move on to graphs. If you have any doubts, please let me know. Take care, and may God bless all of you. Bye-bye.
Bye, sir.